Today, we get to talk to Mike Kliss, our Broncos insider from 9 News, covering all things Broncos, and you need to check him out on Mike Drop. You need to check him out at 9news.com, and you need to follow him on Twitter at Mike Kliss 9 News. Mike, we always appreciate your time, and we obviously have some schedule questions, and I want to start with something I saw you tweet about a little earlier, Mike. These 4-time primetime games, plus that international game where they're going to play the Jets in Week 6. I mean, I think we've all felt it for, certainly since Bo has arrived. But is this confirmation that the league feels it as well, that the Broncos are back?
Yes, I asked the NFL schedule makers had a conference call today to kind of answer all questions about the schedule and how they came about it. I had 2 Broncos-related questions. One was no bye after London, which the Broncos are the first team west of the Mississippi to not have one. So they got even further to go to London. And they just said that, look, there's so many international games. I think that 17th game on the schedule, it's just something that they can't promise. The one thing they did to try to help the Broncos out a little bit was to make sure they were home. And, in fact, they're home twice in a row after the international game. They're playing the Giants and the Cowboys. So that's one way that they kind of appease the Broncos, the leg-weary issues right there. Still, it's going to be tough, I think, that Giant game for the Broncos. At least it's the Giants. And then, Bo Nix in the prime time, Ani Bozy, who is the VP of broadcasting for the NFL. So, when I asked him if the same thing you did, if the league thinks that Bo is ready for prime time, he said that Sean Payton sure feels that Bo Nix is ready for prime time, that he's been bullish on his roster when he's been talking to the network executives. So it's always good to know that the head coach believes in his team. And they got the 4 prime timers and the 5th standalone. And guys, I want to thank you for that chain. I don't know if you watched or saw.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did.
It was
yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, a little shout out. That thing looks nice. So I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't put it on TV yet. It would really shine and reflect. It's big enough.
It's blingy.
That.
Yeah, got some bling.
I'm not sure. Yeah, that's right. It is bling. Not sure it'll go on TV, but it's definitely part of the podcast from now on.
Well, we appreciate you giving us a shout out and happy we
Yeah, and we just want Scotty to be jealous because
that's what
you're the
want.
man and you got a Mike chain with fake diamonds all over it. So sorry it's fake, Mike. But anyway, Denver at Washington, Sunday Night Football. Let's talk about this. Broncos 0-4 on the road on Sunday Night Football since Peyton Manning's retirement. Do you feel confident that's kind of the game you turn it around? It's going to be Jaden versus Bo. That's going to get a lot of attention, but another prime time. This is Sunday Night Football, but it's also Sunday Night Football on the road.
Yeah, I mean, you can come up with a lot of negative stats since Peyton Manning played.
That's true.
For the Broncos. But I really think that where you kind of have to go is with Sean Payton, since Sean Payton took over 2 years ago. What are the stats there? And then secondly, now I think you can go even more specific and go Sean Payton and Bo Nix. This is the Broncos now. All the real good teams have a good coach and a good quarterback, and they add up to being great. That's your hope. Did anybody think Tom Brady was going to be great at this point in his career, which, by the way, he didn't play. I think he threw one pass his rookie year. So he's way behind Bo Nix. And look how it worked out for him and Belichick. You got Starr and Lombardi, Noel and Bradshaw, and on it goes. So it's really, the whole road thing, the Washington, it's a milestone game, I think. And it's a measuring stick because Jaden Daniels was, even for those who were pumping Bo for the Rookie of the Year, and at one point last year, he definitely was making a strong case. but Jaden Daniels head and shoulders deserved it. And so, yeah, if Bo can outduel Jaden Daniels on the road, I do think that would be a pretty good step for the Broncos.
I know I'm going to kind of ask you to speculate a little bit, but Mike, could you see, maybe we get a thriller in that, Jaden Bo game, and could this be something that the NFL goes, you know what, let's try to make this a yearly occurrence between these two guys?
Yeah, if that happens, I mean, who knows? November 30th, that's week 13. Boy, I don't know. It's so impossible to predict.
Sure.
I'm sure you can get. I'm sure there are odds right now and spreads, and Washington would be favored in that game. But you got to. The biggest thing is those two have to stay healthy, and because they both run, that's always that's one of the worries you have with running quarterbacks. Is you got to keep them healthy.
Yeah, Denver Broncos in this schedule, when you talk about SoFi Stadium, the early game against the Chargers, we went through and picked our winners and losers, but the struggles at SoFi, top of my head, 1-5, including that stupid Rams game on Christmas, but what, SoFi? All right, hopefully the Broncos can begin to turn this thing around this year against the Chargers.
Yeah, I think they're happy. I think the Broncos are happy that it's early. It's been kind of a late game here. I guess Russell Wilson, the Hackett's year, it was early, but the fact that it's it's week 3 as opposed to last year when it was later in the season. I think the Broncos, if there is a gauntlet, and it's not near as bad as the gauntlets they had last year, but it's really starts week 2 at Indy.
Right.
You can dismiss the Colts, but it's a road game. They're going to be tough there. Week 3 at the Chargers, home against the Bengals on Monday night, at the Eagles. I mean, that's a rough stretch. If the Broncos can come out of week 5 with a 3-2 record, I think they'll feel good about their playoff chances.
I know I would feel good about that with the tough stretch right there. All right, now I got to ask you, Mike, what's the number when you ran through it? We did it, like Cecil said. I got to 11. He got to 13. Where are you after a quick glance on that schedule?
Yeah, I have not done that. I was so busy picking apart kind of the nuances of the schedule.
Sure.
What the tough part was, the no bye after London. Putting it all together. I'm kind of decompressing today. I don't. Really, the schedule on paper, those things can go. And I kind of made a joke of this last year when I was on the final preseason game. I said that I was looking at 11-6, and Steve Levy had a conniption that I picked 11.
I remember.
And then I said either that or 6-11. And the thing about it is that's the way these seasons go in the NFL. I mean, I think it's tougher than last year, even if it doesn't have those real serious, man, they're in trouble here stretches. It's going to be tougher because they're not playing the NFC South. And the Broncos feasted on the NFC South last year, 4-0, winning by an average of 22 points. That the NFC South has been replaced by the NFC East, which has the Super Bowl champion Eagles, has the Final Four Washington Commanders. Dallas will be better because of Dak coming back. So and then the Raiders are going to be much better. It's going to be hard to sweep the Raiders this year, and so. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a better team and they wind up 10-7 again, maybe even 9-8.
All right. Well, we are ready for it. It can't get here soon enough, and I know we still have a couple of months to wait. But Mike, always appreciate your time. We're always looking forward to Thursday at 1:15 to pick your brain, and we'll do it again next week.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
There he goes. Mike Kliss. Join us on the Johnson Auto Plaza hotline at Mike Kliss 9 News. Read them, watch them, check out that mic drop video. Yeah, he gave us a shout out. I was all
check out that chain, man. Looks so
sweet.
good.
All right, let's react to something that Mike said right there.